Small but mighty. Small but mighty. Next comedian, very funny man. Put your hands together for Mr. Jeff Gobeil, everybody. Jeff Gobeil. A lively Marion on a Tuesday. How are y'all doing? Yeah. Enjoying the Jets game? I got a friendship tattoo with a guy who I'm no longer friends with. He has a duck with a top hat, twirling a cane. And I got a broken heart with a top hat, and it's twirling a cane. I call that my silly one, my silly opener. I used to open with this. If you've ever rolled cigarettes for your mom, you're either native or you've had CFS involvement. It was just Blue Monday this past week. You guys know what Blue Monday is? Third Monday of January is the most depressing day of the year. And that depression is kind of following me this week a little bit. Like today, I made 12 jokes about suicide and no one checked in on me. Okay, I've made 13 jokes about suicide and no one checked in on me. I think I'm running out of one-liners here. I'm just trying to get you on my side. Do you guys like me yet? I don't have parents. This is the only validation I get. One of the women who I actually respect in this world recently told me, "Stop calling me one of the women who you actually respect in this world, Jeff. It's degrading." I gotta apologize for my energy off the top. I'm a little out of breath. I'm a little tired. After work, I took a power nap. You guys ever seen this? You hear about this? A power nap? Power nap? Yeah. That actually made me more groggy than before I took the power nap. So I ended up having a power shower. That's the move. That's where you take off all your clothes, hop in the shower, cold water 1 minute. It'll wake you up. That didn't work for me either, so I did a whole bunch of power cocaine. Got the system going. And I think energy drinks fucked up by calling them energy drinks. They should have been power drinks, am I right? What's your favorite Monster energy drink? The white one. The white power Monster. It's sugar-free, sugar-free. Sugar-free, everybody. Right? Oh, God. You can hear me just out of breath up here. Anyone in the inhaler club? Look. Little inhaler club? No? No, I use a blue inhaler. I'm trying to level up to the orange one. You can't smoke enough. No, I found out that I have asthma, and I think like the dumbest way possible. I was in the middle of having sex and had an asthma attack. My first asthma attack ever. Me and my ex-girlfriend, we were making fuck, and I started getting tunnel vision and breathing real heavy, and then just blah, I hit the floor. We didn't know what was happening though, because it had never happened before, so she freaked out. I couldn't breathe, couldn't talk. She ended up calling 911. And what does dispatch ask? What are the symptoms? I don't know, he can't breathe, he's clutching his chest. His face is fucking contorted. Like, that sounds like a stroke. Holy shit, yeah, we'll send someone right away. So, I don't know if anyone here has ever had to call 911 because of a stroke. They don't send an ambulance. They send big, tall, mustache-having, muscular, dead sexy firefighters. And if you're following the story, I'm on the ground, butt naked, with a pathetic excuse for a penis exposed. Just like that. Now you think my girlfriend would have like got me a towel, a pillow, something to cover up with, right? Like, here, Jeff, cover up. She thought the best use of her time would be to go put on makeup. She's like, oh, the firefighters are coming. Gotta make sure my makeup's top notch. Can't let them know we were frickin'. She did one of these. She put blush on her cleavage. I thought that was kind of hot, but obviously it wasn't for me. I was like, what the fuck? That's so sexy. But I'm kind of dying. Now the firefighters got to the door. She wore a bathrobe. They were like, oh, ma'am, you're exposed. We got a call because of a stroke. She was like, I think my roommate's having a stroke. I was on the ground like, roommate, oh, you bitch. The firefighters took one look at me. They're like, dude, that's an asthma attack. That's not a stroke. I'm on the ground. Actually, all 4 of those firefighters got down and hoisted up my now ex-girlfriend on their shoulders, carried her into the sunset. And legend says, if you listen real close, you can still hear her getting pounded. Listen a little closer when I tell that joke, you can hear my heart breaking. Yeah, that's fun. You ever explain asthma to a doctor? Or, I mean, hold on. Have a doctor explain asthma to you? Fucking my own joke up. I was in a doctor's office. I was like, I think I had an asthma attack. He's like, walk me through what happened. I'm like, no. I'm not reliving that. What the fuck? He's like, all right, explain it. And I was like, ah, shit. Well, he's a doctor. Guess I should be technical, right? I was engaging in rigorous activity. It's called sexual intercourse. Ever heard of it? And he's like, how long? I was like, what? I fucked my own joke up, son of a bitch. Smoking. How long? And then we had sex. How long? The reveal is, he didn't ask the question. I misunderstood him. How long? I'm only 4 inches. Hey, there we go. You guys ever hear Schrodinger's cat? Some dickhead put a cat in a box. And we don't know if the cat was alive or dead until checked on. Kind of like when Grandpa sleeps on the couch. Schrodinger's cat. I heard this term. It was called Schrodinger's douchebag. That's when a guy talks to someone and he's a bit of an asshole, but he won't reveal if he was kidding until he sees your reaction. So he's like, what's up, motherfucker? And if you're pissed off, I was just kidding. And if you're not pissed off, he's like, what's up? I got away with that shit, yeah. I had an ex-girlfriend. She used to do what I called Schrodinger's pregnancy. That's where she dangled the pregnancy in front of me. She was like, am I pregnant? Am I not? Is it yours? Is it not? If you're offended by that joke, I was kidding. I was kidding. I am Schrodinger's douchebag. Shit, I used that already. Anyone do traveling during the holidays? Go anywhere tropical? No? Me, I went to the reserve. And on the way there, I spilled a bunch of cologne on my toothbrush. Now, normally when I put a toothbrush and expect some clean teeth, my breath turns out minty fresh. But my girlfriend's grandfather described my breath as seductive and fruity. Seductive and fruity. I had to ask him, I'm like, are you talking about my breath or are you talking about me? That's when I got into my girlfriend's grandpa real heavy. A little bit of necking. Oh yeah, no, we're doing the full 10, baby. I went to a private Catholic elementary school because life sucks. Well, not so much life as much as me as a kid. It takes a second. No, I went to a private Catholic elementary and I was in the 3rd grade. Some guy was having like a manic episode. He came on the playground and he beat the shit out of some poor kid. It's not a joke, but follow me for a sec. 4 years later, I'm in the 7th grade. A different adult comes on that same playground and kicks the shit out of that same kid from the 3rd grade. I stand before you today, guys. I was the kid. I want to turn some of my past stories and some of my traumas into like really funny jokes. So I told that to a better comic than I. And I was like, how can I do this? How can I make this amazing? And he's like, I got an idea. You should tell a therapist, Jeff. Comedy's not therapy, right? Don't just go trauma dump on some poor unexpecting audience. No one wants to hear your bullshit. I went to a private Catholic high school. That was amazing. That was amazing. It had a student body of 200 students and like 6 of us were native. And even saying 6 of us were native, the natives were me, my 2 sisters, my 2 cousins, and then a fly-in Inuit chick. She's pretty cool. She liked to hang out. And the principal, when I got into 12th grade, decided he wanted to honor all the native kids at the school. He took us to a rap show. Just stereotyped the shit out of us. My dad was actually kind of mad at that when he found out. He's like, you took all the native kids to a rap show? The egg on my face when I had to tell my dad. We had a good time. It was actually kind of the best. The following week, the principal wanted to keep honoring all the native kids, so he took us to a 7-Eleven. He's like, go enjoy a Slurpee. And don't steal. It's like, fuck you. Because I did steal. I got a little bit of a confession. I still steal to this day. The difference is now it's out of necessity. You think I got $9 for milk? Fuck no. I'm stealing that shit. Fuck that. I'm actually offended if I walk around a Shoppers Drug Mart and I'm not followed. What the fuck? Do I not look native, dickhead? I was like, no, you're just an adult. What? You're growing up now, Jeff. Security knows my name. He's like, you're growing up now, Jeff. Grow up a little bit, right? Oh, God. No, I love growing up native. I think it's because I loved all the native girls. They look really sexy in that traditional garb they all wear. The basketball shorts. That just does it for me. I'll end on the dumbest joke I ever wrote. I never got COVID for the first 2 years of the pandemic. And I think it's because I was doing the test wrong. See, to me, figuring out or realizing you might have COVID really paralleled with pregnancy scares. Because at first you start feeling off and you're like, no. And then the realization comes and you're like, no, couldn't be me. And then you got to use that little strip. My COVID tests, they all came back negative and covered in pee. Guys, I think I was doing it wrong. And good night.